just was, is that resolved, the temporary employee request for continued employment? Why was it removed, I guess, is my question.
I guess we're probably discussing it next meeting.
Okay, so we want to approach it, going to January.
All right. Okay. Anything new to be added?
I'd like to, on the agenda, take off the minutes, the last minute, just because I haven't had a chance to read them.
Okay, so the minutes from our last meeting, December 13th, you want those removed?
Yes.
And then put on at the next meeting?
Correct. I just haven't had a chance to read them.
Okay,
so.
I agree. Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll put them on the January meeting for review and approval. Anything else for the agenda this evening? Any additions to the agenda? Other changes? Hearing none, go ahead.
Do you want? Could we put a voting on the changes to the date we received the inspection report?
What inspection report?
The,
Oh, the investigation?
yeah, let's just put it on and do it official with
Okay,
voting on.
so you want that to be item number 5?
If we could, yes.
Okay, and what do you want that called?
Change date of,
Selecting date.
exactly.
Okay, all right, so it's for, okay, so it's for our investigation.
Yeah.
So it's the setting of the date for that then. Okay, do I have any other changes to the agenda? If not, do I have a motion to approve the amended agenda? By Larry, do I have a second?
Second.
By Ross, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And our consent agenda, then we just had the discussion on, we've had one item removed. Anything else we need taken off for discussion? Added to. Then for the record, our consent agenda is our staff reports, commission and board reports, our correspondence, the approval of claims and payroll, and payment of the invoice for Complete Automotive. So with that, do I have a motion to approve our consent agenda? By Mary, do I have a second?
Second.
By Troy, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. Okay, so we don't have a big agenda this evening, it's the last meeting of the year. And so what we're going to do is stay right on track here. The first item on the agenda is a resolution. This is for the 2022 budget. Now, there's been a lot of discussion on this. We held a public hearing at the last meeting. We did not have any negative comments. We had a couple of questions. We'll have to make sure the answer is taken care of in the HPC. Again, the only thing we can do tonight is we can approve as is, or we can reduce the budget. We are not allowed at this time to increase the budget. So any changes or any discussion on the budget at all for this evening?
The only thing I have is, as you mentioned, Mayor, the $8,000 is still there for 2019 for HPC, which was a grant that was provided by MNHS,
Okay,
misplaced, been found in a grant fund,
okay,
and that is still in 2019, and that should be removed.
okay. So that just needs to be corrected.
We can go back and change the prior years. So, and just to let you know, and there's a lot of things in there when you look at these prior years that I've made note of.
Okay.
So that we know, like, what happened back then.
Okay.
So we're saying the money is
So-
actually not there, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
Well,
Correct.
I believe that there's, in the prior year, it'll balance out.
okay,
But if anybody ever has any questions on what's going on with these funds or cash balances, the office is open and I can look it up and definitely get an answer. I mean, yes, I can.
Okay, so it looks like there's probably a negative 20 in 2018, which I don't have here. I'm looking at 2019, so
Yeah,
that was
because
probably
then
balanced
you
out.
know when we go
Take it
back
out.
a few years, then we have to archive it.
okay. Any other comments on the budget? Okay, so we'll look at the resolution. It is 21-1203. Does the language look correct to everybody? Any changes to the language? Everybody comfortable with it? See heads nodding yes, so it's a simple one. I'm gonna call for a motion to approve resolution 21-1203. It adopts our final 2022 budget and tax levy that's payable in 2022. So a motion to approve. By Mary, do I have a second?
Second.
By Larry, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries unanimously. And we're on to the next item on the agenda. This is just a little bit of cleanup. This happens typically toward the end of the year. This is a transfer of funds. It is coming from our general fund, going to the special projects fund. It's for the payment of the sidewalk paving project that we did. So does anybody have any questions on this? Resolution look good to everybody? Then I'm gonna call for a motion to approve resolution 21-1204. We are transferring funds from the general fund, which is 101. It is to the special projects fund. That purpose is for the sidewalk paving project. That amount was $7,964.01. So motion to approve.
So moved.
By Ross, second by Larry. Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. And we're on to the next item, which is a request here to contract with Opto. And this is something that we have done several years in a row. What they're doing, if I understand this correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, Elizabeth, is they come in at the end of the year, they do the final to prepare for the audit for 2021, which happens in January or February, something like that. Is that what this is for?
No, this is to do our 1099s and our W-2 tax form
Okay, have they done this in the past for us?
in 2019.
Okay, that's what I thought. Anybody have any questions on this? Nope, everybody's comfortable with this? Okay, so my only other question is what fund do we pay for this from? Is this our general fund? Do you have a recommendation as our treasurer?
That's fine, I mean, I would normally be the one doing this, so I might as well come out.
Okay. Recommendations?
General fund.
General funds, okay. Perfect, then I'll call for a motion to approve the request. It is to contract with Opto for the year-end tax and payroll reporting. It is at a cost not to exceed $2,000, and it will be paid for from our general fund. So a motion to approve. By Mary, do I have a second? By Troy, did you
I think I
second?
got that.
Okay, good. Troy, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. And we're on to the next item on the agenda, which is to allow staff to carry over PTO hours. As it says in the report here, because of some of the pandemic that is still ongoing and other circumstances, we've had an accumulation of PTO hours. I know for Public Works as a liaison that Paul has been doing a lot of double duty because he was the only one for 2 months in a row. So he's accumulated quite a bit of PTO. I know Elizabeth has accumulated some. Rather than punish them and take it all away, what we are allowed to do as a council is to allow them to carry that PTO over into next year, and then to encourage them to burn it down as rapidly or as much as they reasonably can for the year 2022. So, how does everybody feel about this? Larry, you're a personnel liaison, thoughts?
No, they earned it, and they worked hard to get it, and I would approve this.
Okay, sounds good. Ross?
No, I agree. It's, just because circumstances and everything, no reason to penalize them, so, and we've done it in the past, so.
It's not a regular practice, but it has happened.
Correct.
Okay, Troy, comments?
No comments at all. Paul and Elizabeth, the two employees, correct? Did you mention, okay?
Yep, Elizabeth and Paul are the two. Steve doesn't have any need to carry over, and Mike is new, he's got nothing, so, Mary?
I agree, and, Paul has been doing a great job, and he deserves that. He's been doing it solo for 3 months.
Correct. Sounds good. So with that, we're going to call for a motion to approve the carryover of PTO hours by our city staff into the year 2022. So motion to approve by Mary. I have a second.
Second.
By Larry. Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And we're on to the last item on the agenda. This is setting the date for the report from the investigator. And Ross, I believe this is yours.
Yes, I received a phone call from, Michelle Solda was our investigator about the investigation going on. And just let me read the email here. It says, honorable council members, this email follows my brief telephone discussion with Vice Mayor Rivard today. Due to an unexpected family matter, I am requesting that the council reschedule my December 29th presentation to Thursday, January 6th, or Monday, January 10th. recognize that all are anxious to conclude this matter. I apologize for the delay and thank you for your patience. I guess in this, I'd recommend we do Thursday, January sixth, just to keep it rolling. January
I,
10th.
excuse me, I just gotta make a note that is the confidential meeting.
Well, I guess it's up for,
Okay, if that's, I just wanna make that note that I recognize that that's confidential.
okay.
Okay,
Anyway, I just didn't want to deceive the public. I want everybody to understand where we're at in this. I have to let everybody know when the date changes for, if there's investigation. It's public knowledge. So anyway, I would recommend we do it Thursday, January sixth. Monday the 10th is a regular council meeting. It'd drag on so long that I think it'd be just too prohibitive. So anyway, that's my recommendation. We do it January 6th
And what time do you want that to be?
at 7 o'clock.
Okay, everybody comfortable with this?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna call for a motion.
quick question, is this
Go ahead.
gonna be an open meeting then?
It is?
Yes,
Okay.
it is.
Yep,
That's-
so I'm gonna call for a motion to approve the report from the investigator and call a special meeting for January sixth, a Thursday at 7 PM, and it is open to the public. So a motion to approve
So moved.
by Mary, do I have a second?
Second.
By Troy, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, we've hit everything on the agenda. The only thing that I have are two things. Number one is that the city attorney has provided an answer to Steve Heff regarding the Springs Inn. And what I'll direct Steve to do is make sure they send it to all the council members and make it available to everybody in the public. It is public information. So if you want to, I'll make sure the Schumans are the ones who ask the question, so I'll make sure they get that information. But it is open to the public. It is from the city attorney. The other thing I was asked to bring up tonight is it's winter time, there's snow on the ground. Watch your parking on the city streets because the plows are finding they have to go around vehicles on the streets. It's tough down on Ribble Street and Hazel Alley because they really don't have a lot of parking down there, so it's just challenging, but we do it just for snow removal. The other thing is sidewalks. We want people to shovel their sidewalks whenever it snows. We give them 24 hours downtown. They shovel the snow into the street, and then we come up afterwards and we clean up the downtown area after people have shoveled the sidewalks into the street. So I've been asked to encourage people to watch their parking and shovel the snow. Sandra?
Mike,
Yes.
you asked Steve to meet with me, and I did meet with him about the municipal code. And whereas there are some questions about it, because I think when Adam was here, he just didn't put them in. But they found quite a few of them, and
It's in this master book.
it's kind of a mess, but it'll,
You'll get through it.
yeah.
Exactly. Okay, I think we've had everything on the agenda. I'm going to wish all of you a happy new year. Drive safe. The weather is kind of nasty out there, and with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn. By Mary, do I have a second? By Larry, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.